Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM19 story, part of The Furniture with me, Daniel. It's Season 5, Episode 2, and today the only objective is to try and get my voice to last the whole episode. It's starting to disintegrate slightly, so I apologise for the slightly rustic tone to this episode. As a result of the vocal problems we've just mentioned, it will be slightly shorter than normal. We're going to review the last bit of transfer action from the summer window and then play a home game against Bolton, who are another side expected to be up there this season. So as you can see from the league table in the bottom left, we've started pretty well. We're up in 7th place. We had a brilliant dream start to the season, but it has just started to go wrong in the last couple of games. But before that, we want to take you through the transfers, just so you don't get any surprise names on the way down. We're trying to take a couple of defensive midfielders on trial, most notably Rowan Ince, as we haven't got any backups to Rowan McDonald at the moment. But aside from that, we're pretty well covered now after our 2 late signings in the summer window. So the first one we'd already tried to get in when we came back for the start of Season 5. Matt Butcher from Sheffield Wednesday. He's by far our highest paid player, but it's only a 1-year loan. And again, at the moment, he can cover the deep line role, although we'd rather he didn't because he's so good in central midfield. He's a 3.5-star central midfielder. He's got 4-star potential. He's 25 years of age and he's fairly professional. Another one that doesn't mind the big games, and that's something we really looked at after last season's woes, towards the end of the season where we struggled to get over the line. The next one along, the one we did just after deadline day, is Elliot List. He's a right winger, and the reason for him, we didn't have much depth in that area, and more importantly, when we bought Nico Williams on loan from Liverpool, we thought that was with a view to him becoming our attacking right back, but he's been stuck on the right of midfield because we haven't had any other good options. So Elliot List, another fairly professional player, another one that's a little bit older at 25. He's on $2,000 a week, but just a 1-year deal again. 3-star ability, 4-star potential, and if he does really well with the football, then we can extend that deal. But for now, we're not overpaying on long-term deals. We'll only pay above our usual wage if it's on a 1-year contract. He can cover on the right wing well, and he's also got a bit of potential up front if we need to go to a 2 to give us that 4th player up there. But I think he's going to be a useful signing, and I hope he'll do well for us as the year goes on. As today's the first game since he arrived at the club, he won't come straight in, but in a week or two's time, I have no doubt he'll be competing for a place in the first 11. On the outs, we have had a bit more money come into the club. 2 of our rotating midfielders from last year. Adam Phillips went for 105,000 to TNS. We've got a sell-on clause for him as well, although I'm sure his value will go down in Wales. And Zane Westbrook, not the best trainer and a bit of a monster off the pitch, so it was good to get rid of him, even though it was only for 50,000. Ryan O'Sullivan, the left-back who's been out on loan a couple of times since being our backup in the conference, he's gone to Ebbsfleet on loan again, and after that he'll be released at the end of his contract. So not much work there. We're in a really healthy financial position, largely because of that Broja deal, which was £2 million, where we had our sell-on clause ready to be extended. I have no idea why it was that much, but we'll happily take it. He must have a very, very high potential, in which case we may still regret taking that deal early. But for what it's allowed us to do off the pitch, I certainly think it will be useful. Let's get into the game against Bolton. We're at home against them today. They're in mid-table. We've had similar starts to the season. They're probably just a win behind us. We've had a couple of people asking about certain games during the year. I wanted to point your attention to something on the schedule. At the start of January this year, we've got Luton away, obviously the team I support in real life. And I've come back with this dodgy throat from a trip to Sunderland at the weekend. And then we're at home to Maidstone the week after. Another club alongside us that's had a meteoric rise up the English pyramid. And we'll do an in-depth feature on those 2 games. But let's look at the lineup for today. We're just about favourites despite losing our last 2, but Bolton got back to winning ways in the last match as well. So it's going to be a pretty even match, although they have got a few players out or doubtful with injury. Our lineup's fairly familiar now. List, as we mentioned, is only going to be on the bench. So the starting 11 is Bass in goal, Kenlock and Facey the fullbacks with Davis and Byrne at centre-half, McDonald in the holding role with Clark and Butcher in midfield, and Williams and McKendry on the wings, behind the ever-dependable Owen Jack up front. Let's get into the match, and fingers crossed we can get a result. An attacking shape for Bolton. I did have to change one of the subs as we didn't have a homegrown player. So Morgan, an attacking midfielder, he's going to be on the bench today, but we certainly won't use him unless we're very desperate. So a Bolton side very much coming to win the game, and they've got a goal scorer themselves up front with 10 goals in 10 games so far. Let's just tell the lads to go out and impress us, and fingers crossed my voice will hold on for the 90 minutes. Let's see if we can do something special as Bolton have the kick-off. Dougal gets it back out to the left back, down the line to Ogbenny, inside to Dougal, back to Lowe. I would judge based on my voice today that this will probably be the last episode for a couple of days, as I don't think we'll get through 2 more videos in the next 2 days. I think I might struggle to record them, so we may have 2 days off. Don't be surprised about that. Winnall's got the ball on the edge for Bolton, the first chance of the game. McGuinness down to Ogbenny, but luckily he was offside and we survive after 5 minutes at 0-0, but Bolton are dominating the possession and chances. Nearly 20 minutes gone, is Kenlock on the left to McKendry. We've got a warning to close down one player from Bolton, so we'll do that. I think he used to play for Burnley in the Premier League. It's up and headed away by him again to Butcher. Now McKendry, inside to Butcher. On the edge of the box, unopposed, good effort, but tipped wide at the right hand post by Pearce, and it's behind for a corner kick. McKendry will take it from the left, an out-swinging corner, and hopefully we can get on the end of it. Easton with a hoof clearance, but it's out for a throw-in. Nearly half an hour gone, Owen Jack with a shot from the free kick, deflects off the wall, not the best effort really, and it's behind for a corner which will be taken by McKendry. In swinger this time towards Williams, good header but it was straight at the keeper, he just couldn't get the power on it he needed and it was comfortably saved. Now it's Bolton coming forward, low in towards Savage, headed just wide, and it's a goal kick for us, and with 10 minutes to the break we look fairly comfortable. We've got a free kick where Jack again beats the wall, but also beats the post, and it's just wide for a goal kick, which Pearce will take long downfield. Up towards Dougal, Clark wins it though. In behind to Nico Williams, there's 2 in the box, now 3. It goes towards Butcher, but it's cleared, and Clark's touch isn't great, which means Bolton can counter us. They're coming down the left wing, the right back's out of shape. Ogbenny cuts inside, goes for the shot, but it's straight at Alex Bass, who deals with it easily, and Owen Jack has another free kick at the other end, into the top corner. Owen Jack scores. There you go, I got my voice back for that one. What a goal by Owen Jack, and on the stroke of half time we take a 1-0 lead against Bolton. Right, it's half time. We've taken a little pause to have a quick soother and throat sweet, so hopefully we'll be alright for the second half. We're delighted with that late goal though, and hopefully we'll be able to hold on in the second half. Let's go and talk to the lads. We're just going to encourage them, and fingers crossed that'll get them through this game. It's Bolton with a throw on the right in attacking position though. Kenlock heads it away to Lowe, finds Dougal, shoots from the edge. What a finish that is. Kenneth Dougal with the goal, and it's into the top corner. We're never saving that one. Burn with the free kick out to the right hand side to Williams, inside to Clark. Clark finds Butcher. Butcher's got Jack running off him, goes himself, but it's comfortably wide and Bolton can deal with those easily. 10 minutes into the second half, and now Bolton are coming forward again. Davis heads it away to Butcher. Back to Davis, over the top. Bolton head away, but only as far as McKendry. McKendry's cutting inside to Butcher. Butcher to Williams. Goes for the shot. Blocks to Jack. Owen Jack puts it in, and we lead 2-1 with nearly an hour gone. I can tell my voice is disappearing. I'd love to stop recording this one so you didn't have to suffer it, but I'm not letting this result go when Owen Jack's on the form he is, as he nearly scores again, but with 65 minutes gone we still lead, and we've just got to hang on. Let's hope there's not many more highlights for the sake of Torquay and my vocal cords. Clark gets the ball to Jack, goes for a shot, but it's just wide of the post, and we're going to make some substitutions as soon as this attack's out. Kenlock gets it into McDonald. McKendry. Clark out to the right to Williams. Williams beats the first man. Delivers, it's blocked off the centre half and it's cleared away to Hesketh. He finds McGuinness, the goal scorer. Up to Hesketh. Back to Lowe. Lowe's going forward to Dougal. I know McGuinness didn't score in this game, but he is their primary goal scorer. Dakira gets the ball inside. Lowe again, they're just keeping possession. Certainly not good for the voice. Savage to Dougal. Dougal back to Savage again. Into Lowe. Low back to the centre half, Easton. Up towards Davis and it's headed away for Butcher. Can we counter now? A long highlight, a goal would make it worthwhile. Butcher to the back post to Jack, but he heads it wide and we will now make those subs. Right, we're back. We've made 2 subs. List is getting his debut on the right as Williams was knackered. As Bolton come forward, we'll tell you about the other one in a second. McComb's on for Jack Clark as well. He goes into his preferred central midfield role and we just try to see out the game. We've saved 1 for a time wasting sub if we need it. We certainly don't want to be going down to 10 if people get injured in this one. Harriet with an in-swinging corner. It's a lot of pressure from Bolton. Winnall with the effort on 2 yards out. And what a save by Alex Bass. And we survive with 5 minutes to go. McKendry's got a knock now. That's what we saved the sub for. Lowe gets it to the right back. Right back shoots for Bolton, deflects into Bass's hands, and we still survive at 2-1. Right, we've brought Elliot Lee on the left wing. He's come on for the injured McKendry. He just goes as an inside forward for now, and we're going to change our instructions. You know the drill by now, so I won't explain it for once. All of the defensive changes, and let's just crack on with the game. 3 minutes to go, and it looks like it's going to be a fantastic result, despite the awful standard of commentary. Into stoppage time, cross your fingers everyone. 2.5 minutes into 5 that have been added on. Byrne puts it over the top for Owen Jack. Cuts it back inside, but it's cleared away. Hesketh's got the ball on the left, and it would be absolutely criminal to concede now. And with just 90 seconds left, I really hope we can hold on. Butcher gets the ball to List. List gets it down the right-hand side to Butcher. Down to McDonald. Up to McComb. McComb to Butcher again. Gets it out to the right. It's a terrible pass. He's given the ball away, and now Harriott counters. It's their last chance, surely. Byrne defends it brilliantly, and Butcher finds Facey. List down the right to Jack. Jack holds the ball up very well. He finds Butcher. Now McComb the sub. Out to the right towards List, but it's overhit, and we'll go very defensive for the last 45 seconds. Bolton with a throw in the left back area, which McGuinness is taking for some reason. The man who's got 10 in 10 for them, and he's all the way back there. We'll take that. Lister's got the ball to McDonald. Now McComb. McDonald again to McComb. We've got a lot of Mooks in our team. I've just realised this season. McComb's been fouled. He's bought it brilliantly, the young lad. And we are certainly going to get the 3 points now. Davis will take it. He can take as long as he wants. This is going to see out the game. We win it 2-1. I apologise for the commentary, but what a fantastic 3 points and a great performance by the lads. We continue our good start to the season, which we'll round up in a moment. We'll talk to the lads quickly, tell them it was excellent. They're very pleased, we're very pleased, and let's crack on and have a look at our few results. So we're back into the playoffs with that. Don't expect it to last. We've had a few problems in the dressing room with players who aren't playing, and when we've lost games in terms of confidence and atmosphere. We've also lost a couple of our team leaders, the likes of Brad Walker and Westbrook, so we do have to be mindful of that. Let me quickly show you the results since the last episode, just so you've got an idea of how we started. We did really well and then lost a couple of games, but we're obviously back to winning ways today. We played Burton at home after that defeat to Rotherham. McComb scored the winner with an absolute screamer early on. We drew 1-1 at Maidstone. Sedwin Scott with a late equaliser for them after Owen Jack scored as always. We drew 2-2 at Reading. Elliot Lee and Janelle Bennett scored. We unfortunately gave away that lead late on, and their last minute equaliser was followed by a win on penalties. We beat Portsmouth 4-1. They might be a big side in real life, but they're struggling in this league realistically. Owen Jack with a hat-trick in that one, including he scored a penalty at last, and Matt Butcher with his first goal for the club too. Away at Coventry we won 2-1, McComb again and Jack Clark getting on the score sheet before beating my beloved Luton Town 2-1. We went 2-0 up very early on, a Pelly Ruddercombe goal after a Johnny Byrne header, and Malwick got one back for them, but it wasn't to be enough. We then finished August with 2 defeats in 2 competitions, a 1-0 defeat at Doncaster in the league, the goal coming after about 45 seconds, and we just weren't able to get back into it. And then at home to MK Dons, we lost 3-2 in the Checker Trade Trophy. Elliot Lee got a brace, but our reserve side just couldn't do enough. It led us into the Bolton game, which we've just seen and won. I'm going to end this episode quickly before my voice disappears again. So a massive thanks for watching it. If you did enjoy it, please put a thumbs up on the video. As I mentioned earlier, there may be a couple of days off now, as I'm not sure I'm going to be able to record any. So hopefully I'll be here tomorrow, but if not, we'll be back in a few days' time with another episode of The Head Coach, followed by this story, Part of the Furniture. The next episode will be a month or 2 down the line, just so I can continue playing while I'm not recording. But a massive thanks for watching as always. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM19 content, as well as a weekly video from FIFA 19, and I'll see you next time.